Hey, what's going on, everybody? Bob here for Buttered Popcorn Reviews. Today, we're going to talk about the new movie Little, which is basically a kind of an reverse updating of the movie Big. It's actually a pretty good combination of the movies The Devil Wears Prada and Big, the Tom Hanks movie from the 80s. Um, Little stars Regina Hall. She plays a character named Jordan Sanders, who was just like mercifully picked on when she was a child. It shows, back in the 90s, she's in middle school, she's kind of a nerd, and just is constantly bullied. And so she makes the decision that when she is grown up, she is going to be the bully first and kind of just take charge of her life. And then so we see her, flash forward now from the 90s to present day. She's a tech mogul, a millionaire living in the city, and is just an absolute atrocious bitch to everyone that works for her. So basically, like I said, it's a lot like The Devil Wears Prada, if you've ever seen that movie, where just a tycoon kind of controlling everything. We never really hear what she did to get to this level. She owns a company that's called JSI, which is just her initials, basically. Um, and they make apps for phones, but we never really hear like what she did specifically or what she had developed to kind of make all of her money. But the plot of the movie basically is that Regina Hall as Jordan, like I said, is just a bitch to everybody. Her assistant April is played by Issa Rae or Issa Rae, I guess. I'm not familiar with the actress. I kind of looked her up a little bit. I hadn't really seen her in anything before. She's been in several things, but so basically, she is just again very very much like The Devil Wears Prada. She has an overqualified assistant who she just doesn't listen to, doesn't care about any of her ideas or anything like that. And then at one point, the magical part happens, and Jordan is turned into a child, and so she kind of has to go back and rediscover herself as a young child. The child version of Jordan is played by I guess it's Marsai Martin or Marsai Martin, who was hilarious. She is you only get to see like Regina Hall's Jordan for probably the first maybe 10 minutes or so of the movie. They really hammer home what kind of a person she is, but she's not in the beginning of the movie very much at all. I'd say it's the first 10 to 20 minutes tops, where they're just introducing the character. And then what happens is she runs into a little girl in her office who's there delivering donuts, and the girl basically calls her out and is like, were you always such a bitch? And she says, no, but I'm a boss, and that's what I do. And the girl says, I wish that you were little, so that I could, kick your ass right now, kind of thing, or whatever. And then so the next day, Regina Hall goes to sleep, wakes up the next day, and now she's a child again. The movie, the only reason I even watched this movie, and I watch a lot of everything, this movie really didn't have a lot of appeal to me when I'd seen the trailers originally, but the thing that stood out to me was, so it was directed by Tina Gordon, who was only, according to IMDb, only directed one other movie before this. She made a movie in 2013 called Peoples, which I've never seen, but she was the writer for What Men Want, which was an update of the Mel Gibson movie What Women Want. What Men Want came out earlier this year, and that was another one where I'd sat down to see that movie, had no interest in it at all, really, and it ended up being just extremely hilarious. Way better than the original What Women Want, which of course is not, that that great in the first place. But What Men Want was really funny. This movie, I think the big difference really is that movie was like a really hard R rating, so the comedy style was completely different. They do share the similar magical thing happens and life-altering personality changes and stuff. This was a pretty tame PG-13, so different comedy style, still pretty funny. I mean, it's not. There's certainly nothing super original about it. Nothing that isn't just a kind of a common trope. If you watch the trailer for the movie, you see all the styles of the jokes. Where Jordan's boyfriend walks in and doesn't realize that, obviously doesn't know and doesn't realize that she's now a child, and so that runs into that situation where he starts stripping, and it's again, it's not anything it's not amazingly funny or anything, but it was a pretty good watch. And I'm actually I was a little bit more pleasantly surprised than I anticipated. I didn't think it had a ton of laugh out loud moments, but it was certainly worth a one-time watch, and better, in my opinion, than the trailer makes it out to be, for sure. I thought that the acting was good. I mean, we're talking about again, people I haven't really seen a lot of the movies and TV shows that a lot of these people were in, but everybody in it has been in multiple things. The main cast have all been in multiple things and acting for forever. But I really thought that young Jordan, the Marsai Martin, the actress, was just perfect. I mean, like I said, they didn't focus. You didn't get to see too much of Jordan at the beginning of the movie, but they hammered the point home that she was, what kind of a person she was, and Marsai basically playing the child version of that adult character was great. I mean, she was great. She perfectly encapsulated exactly, and the attitude and the mannerisms. She played an adult very well. I actually forgot to look up how old she is. In the movie, she's playing a 12 or 13-year-old. I'm thinking that she might be a couple years older than that, but not much. I wouldn't say if she's even 16. I wouldn't even think that that's the case. But again, it was a good one-time watch. Nothing super fantastical about it. It's pretty rote, but it's very by the numbers. Wakes up a child. The only person who finds out that who she really is her assistant April, of course. And again, April's super overqualified for her assistant job. Has a great idea for an app, but Jordan will never even hear the pitch. And then, of course, in the end, which should become as no surprise to anyone, that the pitch saves the company, so to speak. Nothing really groundbreaking by any stretch of the imagination, but certainly nothing that like I said, it's a one-time watch. It's nothing that I would necessarily go out and grab and go out and buy a $30 Blu-ray of it. But if it were cheap on Black Friday, I would certainly put it in the collection. I don't see a problem with that. I think it's a good. It's not necessarily a family movie, but it's a good date movie or good couples film, and it was definitely worth a watch. That's really all I have to say about that one. I'd say I'm going to link to the trailer. You can check the trailer out below. The movie is out right now on digital. You can get it through Amazon, probably some of the other retailers, and it will come out on Blu-ray and DVD this Tuesday, July 9th. Don't forget to visit our website at buttered-popcorn.com. We've got movie reviews, we've got upcoming release news and updates, 4K and Blu-ray technical reviews, and all sorts of great movie-related stuff. Check us out. And you can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/officialbutteredpopcorn.